Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we have started with a new chapter. In that we have discussed introduction to CSS. In that we have discussed different levels of the style sheet, that is inline, document and external style sheet, and we have also seen the syntax of each of those style sheet. In today's session we will discuss different selector forms. Now the selector forms or a selector is a tag name or a set of tag name to which we want to apply some formatting details or presentation details. We have seen selector forms in the document level style sheet and the external style sheet. In case of inline style sheet, the style is directly applied inside the tag, so there is no need of selector forms. But in case of document level and external style sheet, the styles are applied by using selector forms or by using selectors, you can say. So there are different forms of selectors which can be used, and in today's session we will study about these selector forms. So let's start. Okay, first let us see the syntax of selector which we have studied in the last session as well. So this is the syntax of it, how the presentation details are applied in case of document level style sheet and external level style sheet. It is selector in flower bracket list of properties slash list of values. One example is h1 color colon red semicolon background color colon blue. So this is how we can apply the presentation details to the tag h1. We are applying presentation details to h1. By using or by following the same syntax, we can apply presentation details to other tags and its content. Okay, and with an example that we have seen in the last session. Now the selector which is used here, it is a tag name h1. But there can be different forms of the selectors. This is a very simple selector, okay, where we use a tag name or a tag name separated by a comma. So the selector, as I've said, it is a tag name or list of tag names separated by commas. You can see h1 comma h3 and p. These are simple selectors. So if you want something to be applied to h1, you can declare it like this. But if you want something to be applied to h1 as well as h3 tag, so you can say, you can use here h1 comma h3. For example, I'll write it here, h1 comma h3, and then the style rules inside the flower bracket. So whatever style rule you specify here will be applied to both the tags, that is h1 and h3 tags. Okay, so you can use any number of tag names here by separating them by using a comma in between h1, h3, or even you can go for a paragraph tag or any other tag. So whatever style rules you specify here will be applied to all those tags. So this is a simple form of a selector. Okay, then we have something called as class selector. Class selector. Now in case of class selector, used to allow different occurrences of the same tag to use a different style specification. In case of simple selector, the problem is, if I apply something to h1, the same formatting will be applied to all the h1s which appears in the complete document. But sometimes this is not desirable. We want to apply some different styles to different heading tags which appear in the document. For example, the first 2 or 3 h1 tags should have a different color, and the h1 tags below it should have a different color. If I use a simple selector, say h1 in bracket color colon blue, then blue color is applied to all the H1s. And the solution on this is using a class selector. Now how a class selector can be created, you can see here. A style class has a name which is attached to a tag name. For example, you can create a class like this. The tag name to which you want to apply the class, say I want to apply it to paragraph tag, so I'll say p dot narrow. So p dot narrow. So narrow here, it is a class name. Class name can be any name you can use for it. Okay, so there has to be a dot in between the tag name and the class name. But so p dot narrow, and you can have the list of properties, and p dot wide, you can have again list of properties and values. So we have created two classes for the same tag p, that is paragraph tag. Now how this classes can be applied to a tag? Now in earlier case it is directly applied. If I say p and if I declare something, then it is directly applied to all paragraph tags in my HTML document. But in case of class selectors, this is not applied directly to all HTML documents. We have to apply it specifically in our HTML codes. Now for example, HTML code we have p, then if I want to apply the narrow class, I have to say class is equals to narrow, then the p may have some content, and this narrow class details will be applied to the first paragraph tag. Same way, if you have another paragraph tag, you can apply a class wide to it, and its properties and values will be applied to the content of the second paragraph tag. Okay, now we will go through an example to understand this. Okay, I'll open Notepad++. Okay, this is our earlier example itself. We have used a document level style sheet. You can see in the head section we have a style tag, inside which we can specify the style details by using the selector. So selector here, it is h1 and style is color red. We haven't used a HTML comment here, but you can go for an HTML comment inside which you can add this style details. Okay, so if you look at this example, we have used a simple selector, the tag name. Okay, and we are applying some color to it, that is red, and the output of this, you can see this is the output of that. And if I have one more h1 tag over here, I'll use one more tag. If I say it is PK College, and if we execute this, we are getting the same color for all the h1 tags. If I declare again some 10 more h1 tags here, all those h1 tags will have the same color, red, because for the selector h1 or the tag h1 we have specified color as red. But suppose I don't want all h1 to have the same color. I want h1 to have different set of h1s to have different set of color. And for that I can create a separate classes. So how it can be created? As I've said, we can create the tag name dot the class name. Say I'll say class name as red, or class name as red color. Okay, so this is one class. Then I'll create one more class. I have just copied it. I'll create here. Class name can be any name, remember. I'll say blue color, and here I'll specify the color as blue. So we have created now two classes for h1 tags. The classes are for h1 tags. So how to apply these classes? Now if I only save this and if I execute, you can see nothing is applied. Default color, that is black, is displayed. Not even red is applied, because we have created classes here, red color and blue color, and these classes cannot be directly applied to the tags. To apply it, we have to use an attribute inside our tag. The attribute is class attribute, which is equals to the class name which we have created. Say I want to apply a red color, say blue color I want to apply, then I have to use here blue class. So blue color, the class name is blue color. Same way for the second h1 tag, if I want to apply a red color, then I have to use a class name which we have created, that is red color. Okay, now if I save it and if I execute this, you can see both of those h1 tags are having a different color. So whenever you want the tags, so the same tag to have a different style specification, not only color, the other style specifications, then you can create the classes, and these classes can be applied by using a class attribute in the tag. So that is a class selector, remember. Then we have a generic selector. Now a generic class selector or generic class can be defined if you want a style to apply more than one kind of tag. Now if you look at the class selector, whatever style we apply, it is applied only to a specific tag. Now I have specified like h1 dot red color. So the class red color can only be applied to h1 tags, not to any other tags, remember. Okay, but for that, if I want the same style specification to be applied to some other tag, then what I have to do is I have to again create a separate class selector. I already have that style specification, but I cannot use it because it is used with h1. If I want it for h2, I have to create a separate style class for h2. But by using generic selector, you can create generic classes which can be applied to any tag, not to a specific tag. A generic class must be named, and the name must begin with a period, that is a dot. Now how to declare a generic class? Example is here. It is same like our class selector, only one difference is there, that is we do not have a tag name before the dot. Dot is present but no tag name. Directly dot the class name, that is really big, the class name. And how to apply? It has to be applied in the same way, that is we have to use a class attribute and apply it the name really big. One advantage here you can see, the really big, it is applied to h1 tag, it is also applied to paragraph tag, means two different types of tags it has been applied. In the class selector you can apply it only to h1 if it is declared with h1, remember. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, consider I have one more tag, say h2, and this tag has contained, that is BBA. Now if I execute this, BBA has been displayed in a default color black. Suppose I want BBA to have a color that is blue, then if I try to use the blue color presentation which we have created, or a class which we have created, like class blue color, okay, then I'll save it and we will go back and we will refresh. Even after applying the blue color class, the BBA is not having blue color, because the class which we have created, the blue color class, it has been created with a tag h1. That means it can only be used with an h1 tag, not with any other tag. But what we can do is we can create a generic class. Now I'll remove the class name, the tag name. Then this will become a generic class. Blue is a generic class, means blue can be applied to any tag. It can be applied to h1, h2, paragraph, or any other tag which comes in the HTML. Now if I save this and if I refresh, now you can see that blue has been applied to BBA as well. Now this is how we can create a generic class, and you can see an advantage here. So if you create something with a generic class, it can be applied to any set of tags, not specifically to a one specific tag. So the same style specification is required for different set of tags, it can be applied to it. Okay, so that is the generic selector. Okay, with generic selector we will stop here today. We will go through the other selectors in the next session. Thank you.